I use the term longevity planning because when people get into their last years of life, the last quarter of the year, whatever the number of years, there's more than just retirement. Retirement planning usually refers to money. And there's a lot more to the last 25 or 30 years of life than just money. It's part of it, of course. And also the case that people retire nowadays in different ways. There could be partial retirement, early retirement, later retirement, no retirement. I plan never to retire, but I do have to plan for the end. So longevity planning is much more, yes, a wider or broader meaning. That's right. It's conceptually much bigger than just retirement because longevity includes all the things that a person has to deal with, has to plan for their later years. The phrase sandwich generation, which has been around since the 1970s from researchers in the US, has always described usually 40-year-old women, mothers, who are taking care of little children and taking care of their 60-year-old parents. Their 60-year-old parents. But 50 years later, or whatever the years later, it's the 50-year-old or the 60-year-old who's in the middle, and it's now the 60-year-old, like myself, who has a teenage child and an 85-year-old mother. So now the 60-year-old is the one in the middle. So the sandwich is now a senior sandwich because the sandwiched person, the one between the two pieces of bread, is now an older person, almost a senior citizen. So that's very different. If a middle-ager years ago didn't have to worry about older parents, they can be concerned about their own retirement planning, longevity planning. But now the middle-ager has to also worry or be concerned with, maybe not worry, but be concerned about their older parents. And so it's a dramatic change in what it means to be a middle-aged person. And so the senior sandwich is a concept or a label that's meant to capture that change, that it's now the 60-year-old children who are in the middle. In the US, it's probably the biggest worry is healthcare. I've done some studies, some surveys, and we asked people, what's your biggest worry at age 75 or older? And most people are not as worried about their money. The reason they're not so worried is that they can adjust the pension. If you know what pension you're getting, you can buy less next year if you don't have enough money, or you could buy more, or you could not go on a trip. But you can't plan not to get sick. So money is not the biggest issue, but healthcare is. If you live in a country, Korea or the Scandinavian countries, where there's no problem getting healthcare or no problem getting long-term care, then healthcare is not the issue, but money and pensions might be the biggest issue. So it depends.
It is.
Well, it's only been going on for a few minutes, and so I can't say, and I haven't heard when I walked into the room and I saw this wonderful set of colors and all the music, I can see this very well organized. No, but it seems to me that when I see the number of people who are there and the few that I've met, it's going to be quite an elaborate conference. And the combination of people who are talking about actuary science and those who are talking about demography and some talking about the social aspects, that's what's needed. It has to be, and this conference is multidisciplinary. You can't talk about longevity planning or retirement planning without bringing in not just the money, but also the family and the emotional side of getting older. And that seems to be what you're doing. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the day.